remember when myself and Johnny, we first started working together in 2008 from his spare bedroom at his house over on Narber Road. We sat there planning what we were going to be doing. We wanted to take over the world. We said we wanted to take on a warehouse, and it wants to be available to help people in the creative sector. And right then it was a lot more artist driven, and we were thinking about how we could do something similar to Two Queens and those kind of ideas. And then we've now set up this, which is really nice to kind of sort of be able to live out those visions and go with the kind of sort of dreams and the plans. But it very much kind of sort of came from the support which we've had in the area. And while we were based at Johnny's house, we had a post box at LCB Depot. So occasionally I'd have meetings in LCB saying, oh, we're really busy upstairs. But really I just rode my bike back over to Narber Road, so I couldn't afford the rent. And then we then grew and took on various spaces in the area. One over just over the road when it was Fabrica, and we rented with some pigeons, which was great fun, but made us want to move out. So we then moved to Phoenix Square, had a lot more security in the sense of just our kind of sort of lease, the resources which we had, high-speed internet, and we were able to then grow our business and really kind of establish ourselves. And it was then last kind of sort of year where we really thought, well, now we've got some reserves, we're willing to take the leap into going for a lease. And there was an element of a risk. So we actually opened the doors officially in October, but in August we opened the doors for our first talent match programme, which is a project which we run, a big lottery. It's a 5-year contract which helps young people to inspire them back into education or employment. And us getting that 5-year project allowed us to take the leap because we then had a bit of cash flow, so we knew where the business was going. It didn't secure enough money and enough income, but it had enough there for us to think, okay, right, we can invest now in the space. So we're very fortunate working with Rob at Working with Enterprise Leicester to get a grant which contributed towards these carpets, which we went for nicer carpets, nicer chairs. Hopefully they're comfortable for you. I know you've been sat here for a while. And we kind of sort of grew this space with then the idea to kind of sort of see talent match as one of our main kind of sort of like business opportunities to inspire then other people to kind of sort of rent space, use space, start business, and grow kind of sort of Leicester, which is very much what me and Johnny originally thought about in 2008. From there, we kind of sort of like, despite some of the hurdles which we've had while we've been here, and unfortunately we had a break-in because we like to shout about lots of what we do. I think our social media activity actually was a negative at that point because maybe some people heard about what we were doing and saw all the Apple signs which are in the studio next door, and unfortunately we then had a break-in. But even that morning, we overcome the kind of sort of problems, and the show went on because we went and knocked on doors. And I did feel a bit like Joseph asking to sit in room in the inn, because I went to Curve, have you got any space, have you got any space? Because we had the youth committee booked in that morning. And we then arrived and we didn't have any equipment, we had a broken door. And fortunately Exchange then let us use downstairs, and their meeting still went on. So there was no problems for them, I just had to walk them along, and it just really proved a sense of community in the area. And although there's some people that are a little bit resistant to that, I think that's really changing. I think the more that we are talking, the more that we can kind of sort of encourage this growth in the area, the more people will be supportive. And we really value that, and the support now in the local community, one, helping us out with problems, but also celebrating success. And I felt we reached our potential last week, because with Talent Match, we had the first year annual review here, and they then invited Nikki Morgan, the Education Secretary, who came along and saw the space. And it wasn't really sort of having some very senior people here, it was having then some of the young people who spoke at that event talk about the support that they've had, and how it's given them purpose, how it's got them back on the track of where they wanted to go. And some of them are entrepreneurs, some of them are enterprises, and are interested in these kind of opportunities. So it's great that we've managed to make this space work, and it's great today hearing about how other people are using space in the Culture Quarter and what Rob's plans are to kind of sort of encourage other people to be able to occupy these spaces.